Okay, so we're going into part 2, and John's just going to share the sequences of experiences or what's actually happened while Osime was in custody and when he was taken into prison. Okay, John?
Yeah.
All right.
So as I was saying before, he went out with his friends, and two of them is the friends of the victim, not the cousin. They are all families.
Yeah.
And they're riding around their bicycles, and they lent the bicycle to them, and they were riding around. So the cousins took the bicycle, took their own cousins' bicycles, and they blame it on my son. He wasn't. It's in the court document that the cousin took his own cousin bicycle, and they call it a robbery because they said they took it. There were no hurt to anyone. There were no weapons in there. So, but they call it a robbery. And take into consideration that the victim cousins, they are cousins. So they didn't charge them, but they charged my son. So that's the first thing my son was charged for. And he could not. They didn't even tell me that my son was charged for that. They take him to court. And then when I heard, I ran to the court. And when I went there, they were telling him to plead guilty. And I said, no, he's not pleading guilty until I hear how the case has gone. And then he said, I told him not to plead guilty, plead not guilty, because he didn't take it. And in court, the victim said he didn't. And they still charge him. So that was his first incident. The incident that took him into court now was he went to Maryhill with his friends, because he's not living where I am. He's living in the care with and they just leave them to run the road. And he's autistic child. He's going to follow. He's easily manipulated. He's going to follow.
Very vulnerable, yeah.
You understand me? Very vulnerable. So he's going to follow. So he went to Maryhill with them. You see it on the camera. They were all in with these boys. They were all in the Maryhill Center. And then you see them leaving. Apparently, they said where the incident took place, there were no cameras when there were, because we went there to look, and there were camera behind Matalan's. There were Matalan's camera, and even the judge said there's camera what didn't show in the court. So it's a lot of injustice with that. He didn't hurt anybody, because if you look at his court paper, he didn't touch anybody. He didn't have a weapon, and he is charged to steal. He didn't took the phone because the victim friend of maybe 13 years, she said their friend, she came and she testified on behalf of Osime, because she said she won't allow a young man to go to prison for something that he did not do. She said none of what they said occurred. He said, because she was even confounded when I phoned her, because somebody said they know her number, and I should call her. So when I phoned her, she said nothing. She said, what? Charge for? She said nothing like that. Is when they're going to the bus station, because apparently they lent the phone to another white guy there, and he didn't give the phone back. So it wasn't Osime took any phone, but they charge him to and call it a robbery when he didn't have a knife. He didn't. So I don't know. He wasn't violent. So I don't know why they charged him. And the case, they said he has no appeal. So, I need somebody to open this case and just to see what's going on, because I don't know. I think my child was done wrongfully, and now he's autistic. He's suffering in prison.
Yeah.
You understand me? They give him, overdose him with 300 mils of quetiapine psychotic drug when he's not psychotic. Yes, he have a tendency because he's self-harming, but he wasn't getting any psychiatric drugs before, and they've given him 300 milligram of quetiapine. And now my son has a heart problem.
Yeah.
He cannot function. He cannot walk far. He cannot do anything. He can't do any manual labor. And still yet, all of that, they're giving him things to do in prison because I don't know what they're trying to prove. And because of that, he fainted 7 times. He has been into hospital in space of 2 months. 7. You know, it's really hard. And
yeah, it's been really, really traumatic for you.
And
I know I can say on John's behalf, because, you know, she shared her experience with me, and I've seen what's been happening. We've been to court, etc. And the fact that Osime has got the mental age of a 5 to 6 year old already speaks volumes. That he hasn't got the capacity to go and rob someone. I think even when he was in court, he was looking up. He actually stood over the banister, over the bench, and was pointing at the CCTV camera.
And he climbed up.
That just show his vulnerability, and was saying, "Oh, there I am on the camera."
Yeah, and he climbed up and was even showing them,
the judge,
the judge and the juror, oh, here I am, because they didn't even know where he is, because he wasn't, you know, visual in a sense that he's doing, and he's pointing on himself, you know. But they said, oh yes, he know what he was doing, and he was the leader. And there is nothing on there to show that he was a leader. You understand me? So they just sent him to prison because he didn't have a good defense. They did not do anything for my child. He has his report, and I said to the defense team, you need to use his report for them to know. He told me that the report will make it worse for him. They're not using it, and they don't use the report. And even to today, we haven't got a sentencing report for my child. We asked, where is it? Because our defense should have the sentencing report. We haven't got that. I have to move from one solicitor to another because they would not give me the evidence when I request it. I've got paperwork. I've got all these things to show.
Yeah, exactly what's been happening. And I think even in light of the COVID as well, he has got underlying issues now in terms of a heart problem, and we have made an appeal for Osime to be discharged or to be released from prison, and that again was turned down. So the whole experience for Joan and her family has been horrific. We haven't really gone into details because of time, and obviously we don't want to go into too much for obvious reasons, but what we would like people to do is share this video. That's the first thing. Share the video. We want to get Osime out of prison as soon as possible. We're concerned for his mental health. We're concerned for his health as well, because he is deteriorating this heart problem that he never had before he went into prison. It's just been one thing after another, and the fight, the constant mental fight, the emotional fight that has impacted the whole family. And we need you. We need you to help us to get him out of prison. I don't know if there's anything else you wanted to say, Joan.
Yeah, it's the whole thing that's happening to my baby.
Yeah,
I'm trying to be strong, but internally, I feel like I'm in prison with my son. I have sleepless night even when they beat him in prison. He got 8 stitches in his face that they beat him. He called me and he said, Mom, please, can you come and get me out? He don't understand You don't understand. I'm trying to be strong and trying to do that, but I can't. I can't.
Yeah.
You understand me? They treat him bad.
Yeah.
He been to hospital and he come out. He called me and he said, Mom, why they don't like me? They put my food on the ground and they kick it to me in my cell.
Yeah. It's been...
They take him to
hard.
hospital and they handcuffed him. If you see him, he's so skinny.
Yeah.
He's my baby.
Yeah.
He's so skinny and they cuffed him double. And they cuffed him to another officer. They even do his operation. Cuffed. He said, Mom, I feel every cut they cut me. The doctor asked them to move the cuff and they said no. They treat my son like an animal because he's not going to say no. He's not going to say no. He's not going to say no. I didn't want to cry.
No, that's fine. Your mom, and I think that's so important, Joan. This is a broken woman, and this has been going on for 5 years. So this is not anything that Joan is jumping on the bandwagon. I know you have. And it has been, it has been,
I fight for my baby.
I know. It has been really hard. And this is a cry. This is a womb cry. Women, mothers who know, this is a womb cry. And we need to get our son out of prison. And I would just like you to share this video, let it go viral. This is a 5-year fight, And we've already set up a private Facebook page, and those who want to join the Facebook page, it's called Autism Keeping Safe. We've already been in touch with the independent newspaper. There's already a story on the actual incident, so if you need more information, you can find that on the independent newspaper. We also have set up a GoFundMe page and a petition. So we need you to be the voice of Osime. We desperately need to get Osime out of Stockholm prison. We need that.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Because I feel my son's life is in danger.
It is in danger.
He has an art device. They give him a device thing that he should, if he feels like he's having this episode, he can put it there. He don't even understand, and they took it away from him. Yeah. You understand me? They're putting my child at risk.
Yeah, he is.
You understand me? Because he's not complaining, because he doesn't even know how to do it.
Yeah. And I think
they manipulate. Yeah, they manipulate my baby. They keep manipulating my child.
And I think the thing as well that has been heartbreaking, one of two things. Osime is very creative. He's done some fantastic drawings, which I will put up after this video. And also, he has been self-harming. And for Osime, that is a cry for help. And the way he was very descriptive of how when he cuts himself, it's like a release. So we're talking about a young man who is
like sweets.
Yeah, a young man who is 21, but has the mental age of a 5 to 6 year old. And we need your help. We really need your help. So
I can't do this.
I know. We're going to end this video now. So as I said, please get in touch. I will put up again the rest of the information. The rest of the information up for you. And as I said, let this go viral. We need your help.
I don't need another judge. Okay. Honestly.
We need to get Osime out, and we need you to help us.
I need my baby. All right. Please help. I need my baby. I need my baby. He didn't deserve this. I give him all. I give him love. I give him everything. Anybody who knows my child and knows my family will tell you people are distraught to see what they have done to my baby.
Yeah. This is a cry for help.
My son even malnourished.
Yeah.
in the care of social service. I have to take food from my home to go and feed my child. Oh my God. He's a human being. If even my child had done what he done and he didn't, but even if he had done that, and people may say I shouldn't say he didn't, but the witness that was there said he didn't do it. So I'm saying, I'm repeating what she said. You understand? And if he even did it, 5 years
for mobile phone.
For a mobile phone? Come on now. They need to look into this criminal justice system because they're killing our babies. They're killing our babies. Oh my God, I didn't have nobody to help me. I fight. And I'm still crying out. And there is no one trying to help. Please, I don't want when he dies, I see everybody helping them because he's dead. He tried to commit suicide so many times. We're not doing anything. And when you write letters, they find all the way to cover it up. It's time.
It's time.
Sorry to cry, but
no, that's fine. That's fine.
I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it.
I think what we'll do, we'll end this interview now. And as I said,
if
you want to know more, please join the Facebook page on Autism, Keeping Safe. If you Google Osime Brown, Osime, then you'll find more information about him.
There's a lot more.
There's a lot more to say, but we're not going to make you distress anymore. All right, John?
I can't go into them. It's too bad. It's too bad.
So thank you all. And as I said, please share this video. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.